student life is different than student activities board. Student life is or SAB is in the student life department, but we're not exactly the same thing. We just work together.
So the way our command works is we have actually the Vice President of Student Affairs. So that is Dr. Rushton Johnson. So we are under that Student Affairs. So under the Student Affairs, you have departments. We have sustainability, we have student life, and we have, I think that's just the only two. No, in the resource center, the gym. So those are 3 departments under them. So we have the Vice President, which is Dr. Rushton Johnson. Then we have the person that's over our then he goes Dean of Students, which is Travis Loveday. He's over the student life, which is what we're under, the SABs, COSA. Then you have the ERC, SRC, SRC, which is run by Phil. Student life is run by Director Kim. And then we have our sustainability, which is ran by Brad Mopes. And then sustainability has their portions. SRC does what they want to do, and then we get the bulk of it.
Like all the events that you see on campus, like we have at least some involvement in it, and
Like
I mean,
everything that you see in the courtyard, if it's a table and it has a blue student life tablecloth on it, like we organize, we're like, okay, well, what kind of electricity do we need? If we need electricity, we gotta talk to facilities about getting how we can get the electricity out there, what kind of tables we need, how many tables do we need, well, what kind of events would students like? What kind of events do we have to have, like Voice Out? That's what we're working on right now. Like, we're trying to get students' opinions on a few different topics. And then every event that we have to do this thing called a grit form. And it's just like an analysis of, okay, what are you about to do? And how much is this going to cost? What all do you need? It helps you create and organize, the activities.
And things. So we do all of those. Like they say, we do event planning, which is it's a major thing. But we do a lot. We event planning. So like she said, we follow a good form that involves the tables, chairs. I mean, any nitty gritty thing that has to do. We also do Panther Paws, which is the thing you see on campus.
On the bathroom stalls.
A lot of marketing. We do a lot of marketing for different clubs. So if a club wants to have an event, they'll come to us and they'll either ask us to make a flyer for them, which we've gotten pretty good at it. We've made so many flyers, or they'll ask us to distribute them for them. And then another big thing that we do as the SAB, the Council of Student Advocates, is that we just are the representative for the student body. So it's kind of like a student government association. We just try to answer the concerns. Like she said, we're working on right now is our Voice Out. So with our Voice Out, what we do is we ask you guys your opinions on what do you like to see change on campus, and then we actually take it to the president and we try to actually advocate for you guys. So that's a little bit about what we do here.
So what I did, I go onto the website and I saw COSA, and I'm like, what in the world is COSA? I don't really know what COSA is, but I want to be a part of something. So that's where you apply, and then somebody usually contacts you, or you can come in here and talk to Monica at the front desk, or you just kind of got to throw yourself out there.
For me, it was they actually asked for SABs like through email or something, the college email, and then I think I asked like Allie, contacted her per email and ask about it, what I need to do, and then I mean everybody has to fill out that application now.
Yeah, but usually like whenever we're out there with events, we have students that come up and say, hey, how can I be a part of student life?
Right.
And we're like, Allie, just ask her.
Yeah.
So.
And I guess a good thing to take away from that is you got to keep in touch with your emails. So a lot of the things we do get sent out through our emails, and we send out a lot of emails about not just opportunities in student life, but opportunities in every event. If they're hiring in the SRC, if they're hiring in what's the other? We have COSA, SRC, we have the tutors. Sometimes they're hiring. If they're hiring, we'll send out the email. So you're checking the email, check the boards, just being actively in mind on campus, not just walking around just doing your work and stuff. But get
Pay
involved.
attention, because we also do the bulletin boards with the student life symbol. And so some of us put a lot of time and effort into those things,
Yes,
and we
they
get
do.
super excited whenever we see somebody looking at them.
So,
But,
yeah.
Other students.
So the way we help other students is that's when more of our advocating side comes in. By helping, we do things like hold events that simply give them something to do when they're having a break. Sometimes we'll have events where we have free food because if we have students who don't like to say that they're hungry. We have the closet over here, our Pellissippi closet for students who don't have clothes. If they're going to interview business-looking clothes, we have those. So there's one way we help them. We meet
school supplies. We give out school supplies.
School supplies. We meet every single week to see what is going on campus. Every Friday we meet to figure out what's going on campus, and we set that strategic plan on what we're going to do and how we're going to do it step by step, and what we're going to do to try to fix that. I think one of the biggest things that has happened over the past years was, I believe, signs. Signs has been they had to move all the signs like 3 inches down because of the people couldn't, if you were handicapped and you couldn't see, then you couldn't reach it. So that was one of the things that happened, and they had to move all the signs down. So we do things, just stuff that probably people that would let slip through the crack. We try to pick up all those things that get slipped through the crack, because the up top the senior team has their plan. They have their strategic plan on what they want to see, but they don't talk to the students like we do. So then we try to pull it up.
One of Pellissippi's goals is to try to get as many students graduated as we possibly can, and it shows that if a student is involved in their campus, they're going to be more likely to graduate. So we know that traditional students, we're usually here during the day, right? So we have a lot of events held during the day, but there's also the students that work. They're non-traditional. They work, they have families, we have stuff like that. So we try to do our events in the evenings too. Not all of our events we do in the evenings, but we try to do most of them in the evenings too. And then we try to do events that are also more for our non-traditional students. We do stuff for their families too, not just adult things. We do kid things too.
Like she said, that's one thing you have something to attach you to the school, you're more likely to stay and graduate. So I guess a big thing, like she said, that we do by helping is by actually having events, having students feel like, oh, I want to come to campus because we're having this day, or I want to come, or if I don't go, I got to go on Wednesday because we're going to have a photo booth outside, or we're going to have Fall Fest, or we're going to be doing this. So just linking that experience to the students to say, hey, if you can do this, we can all do this, we're all toughing through it, so might as well have fun while we're toughing through it.
You use it one term, and it gives you some kind of power or authority over something. Boy!
Alright, well, I guess we're done.